IT Expo, Los Angeles, California, 2008.
Good morning. Welcome to Los Angeles, California. I'm Eric Lanask at IT Expo. We're here on the morning of day 3 of our show, and I'm here with AireSprings Senior Vice President of Sales, Todd Stiers. Welcome, Todd.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
So I guess it's a good time of the morning for coffee, and usually if I hear just sip it, I'm thinking of cappuccinos or espressos or something like that, but
Absolutely.
You're doing something else with just sip it.
We're a little different with just sip it. We're a facilities-based provider, so we provide SIP trunking, local long-distance trunking. The difference with us is we also provide TDM products, so we kind of run the gamut for our customers. We started back in 2000. We started as really a dialer/call center provider. We've kind of evolved to that, and we're more of a local and dialer call center provider now. So we're doing very well. You know, Just Sip It's our new logo. I don't really drink coffee. I drink Monster, so I just sip it with Monster. So
that works too.
Little plug for Monster there.
Why also the TDM side?
You know, everybody's not evolved just yet to SIP, so it's very new. I think we're going to get there very quickly. Obviously, as big as this show is, it's very exciting. So from a TDM side, you've probably got 70% of the market still out there today that's on a TDM product. So we provide that product, so that's where we run the gamut, where we can do everything for all of our customers. Big difference with AireSpring today is we've gone through the channel. We've been a big agent. We don't have any direct sales force. This show allows us to go to more of the IPPBX manufacturers and create relationships with them. So that's exciting for us for this show.
So like you say, some 70% or so are still on the TDM side.
Sure.
How has SIP, though, helped drive the migration process?
Well, I think ultimately, you know, as we all talk about, it drives down the costs. You don't have all those needs for all those networks that are still out there today. You know, the unified communications piece of it, you know, once we get the SIP trunking to the customer, what they can do with it on the back end is quite amazing. We're kind of the smaller piece of the puzzle. Once you get into the network, that's where all the new things and exciting things come from. But we can get the SIP trunking to them very quickly. In most cases, we can turn it up within 48 hours. So the ease and quickness to market is quite amazing.
It's interesting, because I've heard from some other people that it can take considerably longer to get that SIP trunk to the customer.
Yeah, the SIP trunking piece itself is very easy to get to the customer. It's really getting the bandwidth to the customer is the longness or where it takes the most amount of time. We have multiple providers we use, so we can get the bandwidth to them very quickly. So the SIP trunking piece of it, once we get the bandwidth up and running, we're up within 48 hours. We're prepared on the network side to handle that. So we do that every day.
Why the tremendous focus, and we've seen it this week at the show and in the media, you know, for a while back now. Why the heavy focus on SIP trunking?
Again, I think it's the cost to the customer, the ease of use. You know, nobody's building TDM networks anymore. They're building VoIP networks. It's very easy to put SIP trunking across a VoIP network. So, you know, the big carriers just aren't building their networks with TDM. So they're building it this way. I think this is going to be the future. The 70% number I threw out there is probably going to go to 50%, I would say by the end of this year, probably by next year. It's just going to grow that fast. It's quite amazing.
What differentiates what AireSpring is doing from some of the other SIP trunking providers out there?
I think our big differential is we really cover 97% of the U.S. So we're not just a local provider. We're kind of a nationwide provider. We can provide redundancy through all the carriers that we have under our network. So from that perspective, that's our biggest advantage. We're a nationwide provider. We're a privately held company. We have 80 employees, with that regard, we're quick to market.
Excellent. You were talking about getting together with some of the IPPBX providers and such. How is your work going with various hardware vendors?
It's going well. I mean, you know, interop is the key word here at this show. So interop takes a little while because all of these IPBX manufacturers have all of the people like us wanting to get to them to do interop. So the interop piece of it becomes the hardest part. Once you get through the interop, it becomes very easy. A lot of the providers, the VARs that are out there today, they're looking for providers like us, but you need to be interopt, you need to be certified. That's the key to it. So we're out there doing that today. We're meeting with a lot of vendors here today.
How are the channels coping with the migration from TDM to IP?
I think they're coping, but let's put it that way. I don't think they're coping as well as we would like. The channels are built on, you know, the TDM world. They're built on going out. They're not as quick. They're not the early adopters, I would say, but they're having to adopt now because this is moving very quickly to SIP. So the only way they're going to do that in the channel side is getting together with these VARs who really have, you know, great opportunities because they don't have any partnerships that are out there today, in most cases.
One last question.
Sure.
What do you see in the future for AireSpring?
Great things. I see us growing very quickly. Once we get through a lot of these interops, I see us being a great provider on the local SIP trunking side. We're still a great provider on the LD side with our SIP trunking products. So it's going to be quick growth for us. We're going to be bringing in, we're hiring channel managers today, we're hiring new people, so we're growing very quickly with this new product. As SIP grows, we're growing with it.
Fantastic.
All right.
We've been chatting about SIP with AireSprings' Todd Stiers here at IT Expo in Los Angeles. Thanks for joining me.
All right,
Todd.
great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.